This video is dedicated to Zach Baker. He's a good chum of mine. Just thinking about him makes me feel good. Go check out his profile. Go watch some of his upcoming videos. I'm sure they're going to be pretty damn good. This video is about marijuana. Ooh. I bet I just sent some chills down some Mormon spines, didn't I? Don't be afraid, though. Marijuana's not a bad thing, no matter what you think. A lot of people think, like, oh, it's a gateway drug. If you use it twice, you're going to use meth. Well, okay, to the 5 guys who started using meth because of marijuana, fuck you for ruining it for everyone. And for the 1,000 people that believe, for the millions of people that believe that marijuana is a gateway drug, fuck you too. Why don't you try it before you fucking walk around bashing it and saying, oh no, I'm gonna call the police on fuckers because I'm a little bitch, I just can't keep to myself. I gotta help society by stopping pot. You're never gonna stop pot. You could call the police on 1,000 people and pot would still kick your ass. But anyways, I smoke pot. You may or may not have known that. I'm not ashamed of that. A lot of people are like, I tell a lot of people who don't smoke pot that I smoke pot. I tell the people who don't smoke pot that I'm a pot smoker, and they're like, oh, well, they automatically just write me off right there. As soon as I say I smoke, it's over. They already think, well, he's incapable of doing anything ever. His life's the going down the shitter. And to that I say, fuck you. I'd like to see you make a fucking bong out of a water bottle, a fucking straw, and a fucking, like, piece of tinfoil. You piece of shit. You can't do that, and I can do that. It's like, only pot smokers can do it too. Like, someone who's never smoked pot isn't gonna make a good bong. It just won't. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't work like that. As soon as you take that first rip, you automatically all this pot knowledge goes into your brain. It's like being blessed by a priest, except it actually means something because religion's bullshit. I learned that from smoking pot. Pot taught me that. And then they're like, whoa. This orange is so good. But let's go back to, don't write off pot before you tried it. I used to do that. I wrote it off back in the day. Back in like 8th grade, I was like, fuck, I will never smoke pot. I will never. And then I smoked it. And my life changed. For the better, I think. It was bad for a while, but then it was like, this is much better. Because you're so naive before you smoke pot. You're like, you think everything about pot is bad. You think kids who smoke pot are so, like, fucked up, like they're all hallucinating and shit. You're wrong. Smoking pot, it's like, getting high is the best. There's nothing bad about getting high. You feel better. Food tastes better. Music sounds better. You can run faster, believe it or not. You try harder at things. You want things to be better. You feel better about yourself. You like people more. Boring things are more fun. Like school. I don't go to school high anymore, though. Because that would get you fucked. Don't you hate... I hate calling drug dealers, you know? Especially ones you don't know very well. Because it's always like the ones who don't really care about you, who don't really want to help you out. And they're like, you're like, yeah, dude, can I come pick that up? That sack. I don't really buy other drugs. Can I come pick that sack up? And he's all like, yeah, dude, it's going to be 20 minutes. I'm just waiting for this guy. It's going to be 20 minutes. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. 20 minutes later, it's like, he hasn't, it's like more like 40 minutes later, he hasn't called me or anything. So I'm like, oh, should I call him back? So I do. And it's like, oh, yeah, sorry, dude. It's going to be like another 15 minutes. Don't worry about it. It's going to be like another 15 minutes. I'm like, all right, right on. So then I call him 15 minutes later. And he's like, oh, you know, it's just going to be like, he had to go out to fucking Ogden and pick it up, and then he's going to drive to Salt Lake and drive back to Bountiful. So it's going to be like another 2 hours. I'm like, okay. I really wanted to get high before 7 o'clock, but okay, it's fine with me. Do what you need to do. Then 4 hours later, it's like, I call him. It's like, dude, you've wasted my whole day waiting for you. It's fucking 11 o'clock. I gotta be home in an hour. I gotta get high, and it's gotta be quick. He's like, well, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Sorry, man. You fucker. You piece of shit. Fuck like drug dealers who fucking abuse their customers. You wouldn't even have a fucking job if it wasn't for me, dude. And you're gonna abuse me like this? Who do you think you are? That's not cool. I don't usually go back to them after that. Honestly, it's like if I went to fucking a Burger King and I ordered a fucking double cheese and they gave me a fucking original chicken sandwich. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted. Fucking I wanted burger, not fucking chicken. Some people, you know, some people. And only people who smoke pot will I think people who smoke pot will really understand what I was just talking about. They're gonna be like, yeah, I've been in that situation before. Or the times when you're like smoking in the car and you don't see the cop. It's nighttime. You don't see the cop until you're driving past and then you already got the pipe and you already lit it. It's like, oh, fuck, a cop. Everyone's like, shit, fuck. And then you're all scared. You just don't say anything. Whole car goes silent. It's like, shit, fuck. And everyone looks back. They're like, okay, I think we're good. We're good so far. And the cop doesn't follow you. And it's like, oh, such a relief. And then you just talk again. Those are always great times. I love those. That happens a lot too. Anyone who tokes in a car knows what I'm talking about. Close calls are usually pretty fun until it's a little too close and you get caught. That's not fun. Getting caught is the worst. Especially if it's doing something you know is not wrong. Something you know is right. Because it's right to smoke weed. And if you think otherwise, that's okay. You can think otherwise. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I know it's good. The only reason you don't think it's good is because you haven't tried it. I think I'm smarter than a lot of people. You might not believe that. You might just be laughing at that statement, but it's true. And I smoke pot. I'm smart. Stay tuned for part 2.